Take a moment and pause for me. If you're watching this, you might have noticed small changes in your body lately. Maybe you're heading to the bathroom a little more often than before. Maybe the stream isn't as strong. Or maybe you wake up once or twice at night and shrug it off as getting older. Here's something most men don't hear. Your body almost always whispers before it shouts, and the prostate is no exception. I'm Dr. Jocelyn, and over the past 5 years, I've worked with hundreds of men navigating early prostate changes, urinary symptoms, and questions about what normal aging really looks like. One thing I've learned, men often dismiss early warning signs because they feel subtle, embarrassing, or just part of getting older. But here's the truth. Early recognition matters. Small, quiet changes today can save you from discomfort, loss of sleep, or more serious complications tomorrow. Before we dive deeper, let me ask, where are you watching from? Drop your city or country in the comments. I love seeing how far this conversation reaches. Hit like if you want to understand your body better. Subscribe and turn on notifications because the insights I share here are designed to help men stay confident, independent, and strong, even as they age. Now, let's bust a common myth. Many men believe frequent urination is just a normal part of aging. Aging does change the body, but frequent urination, urgency, interrupted sleep, or weak streams are not things you simply have to accept. In most cases, they're signals from your body, quietly telling you to pay attention. Think of your urinary system like a plumbing system. Kidneys produce urine, the bladder stores urine, and the urethra is the pipe that carries urine out. The prostate sits just below the bladder and wraps around the urethra. As it enlarges with age, a condition called benign prostatic hyperplasia or BPH, it can narrow that channel. Not dramatically, not overnight, just enough to make your bladder work harder. Imagine lightly stepping on a garden hose. Water still flows, but it requires more pressure. Your bladder does the same. At first, you barely notice. Then, subtle changes creep in. A little more urgency, slightly weaker stream, feeling like the bladder isn't empty. Emotionally, these small changes can affect your confidence, daily routines, and even your social life. Practically, they may force you to plan bathroom stops during road trips or meetings without even realizing it. This slow, quiet progression is why early recognition is key. And that brings us to the first symptom most men dismiss. Symptom number 1, going to the bathroom more often, but passing only small amounts. At first, it feels harmless. You go slightly more frequently, but each visit produces only a small amount. Biologically, the enlarged prostate gently presses on the urethra, causing the bladder to contract more often to empty fully. Emotionally, you may start noticing subtle shifts in your routines, planning your day around restroom access, or feeling a little anxious when away from home. Practically, you might find yourself visiting the bathroom more often than necessary even when you didn't drink extra fluids. Symptom number 2, a weaker or slower urine stream. This one is easy to joke about, but it's a real signal. The flow may start slower, weaken, or even stop and start intermittently. Biologically, as the prostate tissue surrounds the urethra, the bladder has to squeeze harder to push urine through the narrower passage. Over time, the bladder muscle fatigues. Emotionally, frustration and embarrassment can creep in, especially in public restrooms. Practically, simple tasks like washing your hands after a visit may take slightly longer enough for you to notice the difference. Symptom number 3, straining to start urination. Have you ever found yourself concentrating, pushing, or waiting longer than usual just to begin urinating? Biologically, the partial obstruction forces the bladder to generate extra pressure. Coordination between the bladder muscle and urinary outlet becomes less efficient. Emotionally, men often adjust behaviors without realizing it, choosing bathrooms with more privacy, avoiding certain situations, or feeling subtle embarrassment. Practically, standing there longer than before may feel inconvenient, but it's a clear signal to pay attention. Symptom number 4, sudden urgency. Sometimes you feel fine, and then bam, the urge hits. It can happen during a drive, a meeting, or even a conversation. Biologically, years of bladder resistance make it more sensitive and reactive. Emotionally, anxiety can build around travel, meetings, or social gatherings. Practically, you start thinking about the nearest restroom constantly, subtly changing how you live your day. Symptom number 5, waking up at night to urinate. Occasional nighttime trips happen to anyone, but waking multiple times per night signals incomplete bladder emptying. Biologically, urine left behind after urination accumulates with new urine, filling the bladder faster. Emotionally, fragmented sleep affects energy, mood, and concentration. Practically, poor sleep can increase stress, impact metabolism, and even elevate blood pressure over time. Here's the good news. Early prostate changes are often manageable. Recognizing them gives you options. Don't ignore the signals. A simple medical evaluation, including an exam, conversation, and basic tests, can provide clarity. Lifestyle habits matter too. Reduce excessive alcohol, maintain healthy weight, stay active, and eat an anti-inflammatory diet. These support hormone balance, blood flow, and overall prostate health. Bladder habits also play a role. Avoid rushing urination or just-in-case trips. Let your bladder empty fully to prevent urgency. And finally, a mindset shift. Your prostate is not your enemy. It's hormone-sensitive tissue responding to your body. Early listening equals early control. Men often think these symptoms are shameful, embarrassing, or unavoidable with age. That's not true. Aging does not mean losing vitality. Early attention preserves independence, comfort, and confidence. Small, simple adjustments before symptoms worsen can keep your daily life uninterrupted and enjoyable. Think of it this way. Your body is giving you a head start. Heed it now, and you can avoid discomfort or disruption later. If you've learned something new today, here's what to do next. Comment below, where are you watching from today? I read as many comments as I can. Like this video if it gives you clarity about your health. Subscribe for more honest insights into men's health. And share this with someone who might be ignoring their early signals. I'm Dr. Jocelyn, and after 5 years helping men protect their health, I can tell you, the most powerful health decisions often start with simply paying attention. Take care of yourself, act early, and remember, small steps today can preserve your comfort, dignity, and confidence for years to come.